Hey folks, hello, hello, hello. It's a little cringy for me, but I'm starting to record video so we can upload to YouTube and reach more people. Welcome back to Holding Space, Melinda Zapone, if you're on Substack. And Enya, everyone needs you always if you're on Spotify, which I've noticed the video does not upload to Spotify. So you can head over to YouTube or Substack for the video if you're a visual person. I am welcoming you here today to, just kind of recognize that sometimes a real personalized experience is the best kind of way to showcase, teach, coach, guide people on a healing journey, including myself. Um, so I'm going to be a little bit more personalized today with this kind of a idea of the silent call that broke me open. That's kind of the theme we're talking about today. And um, just to explain to you, my one of my phases of healing that I talk about in the Toolbox Approach is relational healing. Um, and often relationships that haunt don't seem like an invitation to heal, but a tool that disregards growth, actually. But this is my reframe for that. And I do just want to welcome you back to Holding Space, the birthplace of the vision for You Are Not Broken University, where we aim to explore the healing journey through actual classrooms and curriculum based on the Toolbox Approach. Now, this approach was introduced in my newly released book, You Are Not Broken, Break Free from the Fixing Yourself Mindset with the Toolbox Approach. Our university aims to democratize mental health and heal the fragmented selves we suffer from. We aim to empower people to pick their restoration path, relational, personal development, or healing trauma, and heal in phases of healing, narrative healing, reprocessing healing, and relational healing. Self-help with the aid of therapy or other methods is not a fix-it project, but should be reframed as a reclamation of our wholeness. Today's episode is raw, it's personal, it's about the kind of love that doesn't hold you but haunts you. The kind that kicks up all the mirrors of your past woundedness unexpectedly, even knowingly, and ignores and avoids your history and disregards understanding as a relational necessity. The kind that calls to you and also dismisses you without saying a word, one that discards you and leaves you wondering if you were ever truly seen. The silent call. I got a call recently from someone, it quite honestly took me too long to block. I didn't know how to use the feature, never having to demand the deeper awareness from myself that just because I'm a healer doesn't mean I get that healing relationship with everyone all the time in the real world. Well, I had helped patients consider the option of blocking many times in sessions. I now realized I would have to learn it myself. How do I estrange and block someone from my life? It feels lacking in empowerment, like the only protection left is technological. And yet I had recommended it to so many people and helped them through it, and I realized how disempowering it feels. So it was a shock to me that the blocked call still registered, and a blocked caller can still leave a message, but it shouldn't have been. It happens with telemarketers and sales calls all the time. So I saw the blocked call and braced for a message left. They left no voicemail, just the ghost of a ring. And it brought up everything. It was a shock to me. This man, my ex, was severely dismissive and avoidant. He love bombed me early on, bringing me into his family, sending songs, reels, hints that I was the one. But he never truly expressed himself. I suffered working inward and wondering why I gave him the key to my body after years of repressed trauma had closed down that option entirely. I wondered why I asked him for help opening and spoke so clearly about this without checking for understanding. When I needed connection most, when my own trauma was resurfacing, he disappeared. No conversation, no care, just silence. And I did what many of us do when we're abandoned in our most vulnerable moment. I begged for conversation and then became avoidant myself. Luckily, I did not become avoidant of myself, though. I went inward. I did the inner work. I saw a core relationship that had taught me that this was exactly the kind of man I would be wired to try to connect to. I had learned to tell myself a different story when the love around me is actually hatred, jealousy, and manipulation. The women who would be my teachers taught me silently to frame it a different way. The women before me showed me to dissociate, suppress, and repress what was happening. They're not wrong or bad, but holding trauma themselves. I'm lucky. I see it. I looked for the tools to see more without triggering a danger reaction in my nervous system. Somehow, I looked inward and not only at the influencers. I claimed responsibility and became a better trauma therapist. I wrote a book. I built a healing method. I found myself. But that call, that silent call, it kicked up the grief. Not just the relationship, but the family I never got to build, the children I could have loved, the memories I could have made, the stability I could have offered. I'm 45, I'm ready, and I feel like I missed something sacred. So I also feel a loss I should have seen coming and a sense I'm unprepared for it. All of us are unprepared for the grief and loss of not having faced ourselves sooner. The time we all lose when we aim for our outward stability instead of an inward one is a universal grief. To come into authenticity is not just to place time between our pain episodes, but to see your own role in your delayed facing things and your own fear based hesitation. So it was a call to heal my attachment instability. And I had to remind myself when I got this call. So here's what I want to say. Not just to him, but to anyone who moves in and out of your life, fronting a mask that genuine connection is possible when really they have done it before, moved without care or concern for how they are landing, and are immune to feeling remorse, pain, or regret. Here, heal your attachment instability. It's hurting you and it's hurting others. Don't be immune to the emotional and cognitive dissonance. That's what creates change. Face it. Some red flags could be using silence to test your power over people. Moments of deep emptiness in your soul get dissociated from through projects you overcommit to yourself to. Absolving yourself from intention, clarity, and respect for others because of the special pain you carry and thinking you are honorable for protecting people from your pain. Denial that people have been hurt by your emotional absence or disregard. Functional flight, fight, or freeze responses where you operate hostilely without feeling it, remove yourself suddenly from relationships without feeling it, and operate in rigidity without feeling your own emotional absence. Now, wait, we all may need to heal our instability. Severe avoidance are not the villains here. I know I have needed to heal as someone with fearful avoidant attachment. Looking at the way we are intentionally, or not intentionally, but internally unstable before pointing a finger at someone else is just human. You've done it, I've done it, but it's just so unproductive and degenerative. It breaks down healing instead of generating and powering it up. We can accomplish acceptance of dismissive avoidance behavior without rejecting the people who do it. So, for those of you who need to heal from the avoidance in your life, here are some guiding affirmations. I am no longer available for breadcrumb love. I can have fun moving on and not move on suffering through healing, but enjoy it. I'm no longer available to absorb things. I can observe. I am building a family of people, places, and things that does process through things without dismissal or avoidance. I'm a grown up with plenty of choices and sources of love and support. I can hold myself in deep understanding even when it's hard and celebrate that one person's growth is all of ours. So, those are some helpful affirmations, but let's get to the declaration. Your healing is not a question of whether you tried hard enough. For all of us, our healing is a declaration to try harder to face ourselves. For me, I wonder now if the dismissive avoidance in my life are gifts, forcing me to face that I don't just endlessly seek to help people. I want something in return, and I don't want to have to try so hard for it all the time. I wonder if the universe is designing love pain episodes with the wrong connection so I can grow my knowledge and become discerning in my choices. I could choose to wall off my understanding and believe that helping and understanding should get me what I want in connection, safety, and inclusion, or face that limited viewpoint as damaging myself and those I push it on. It was always my job to notice that programming myself to help and understand people to receive emotional belonging and acceptance was designed by brokenness inside me, my fragmented narrative that needs my attention. Other people's damaged narrative is also my gift. I can hold space for it, encourage its healing path, and even detect its complexity with more clarity than the person experiencing it. The trick is, I need permission to do so. I cannot assume permission. As a trauma survivor, I should know this. Now I wholeheartedly do. This is your reminder. You are not broken, you are becoming, and you deserve a love that sees you, stays with you, and grows with you. Until next time, I'm Melinda Zapone. Keep healing, keep choosing yourself, and remember, silence can be a boundary too. It won't feel empowering at first, but you can create your own closure. When you feel the redirection of your feet moving towards a more authentic self, notice that. It won't happen all at once. The shifts and inches gained as your boundary for your healing space expands will form a container that is noticeable in the felt sense of an open life facing hard things. I really hope some of you will please leave a comment if you want more on healing your attachment instability. We're in the process of creating courses and programming for You Are Not Broken University. And definitely check out the link to the author's website where there's lots and lots of goodies.